Hey guys, Utah Steve. Welcome back to another adventure. Today I'm being joined by Utah Dylan and Utah Jude. And this area is going to look really familiar to you because in my last overnight adventure, this is exactly where I intended to go. This is the Fehr Lake trailhead. Only last time I hiked to Fehr Lake and felt like I should just keep going, and I ended up at Shepherd Lake, the next lake down the hill. And so in our last adventure you saw Fehr Lake, but we didn't stay there, we just kept on moving. So this time the boys and we are going to hike into Fehr Lake and spend the night. It's going to be a full moon tonight. Today is August 2nd, 2020. And it is 5 p.m. We got a late start. I had to work last night, blah, blah, blah. And it's about 73 degrees up here in the Uintas. It is a balmy 100 degrees back home. 100. So 73 feels pretty dang good. Right now it doesn't because we're sitting in our hot car with the engine off. But I'm not going to waste any more time. We're up here to backpack. It's only a half mile in. Very kid-friendly hike. And we're just going to have a good time tonight and get out and reconnect with nature, right?
Mm-hmm. Also, there's a wildfire burning right now.
There is. On our way in, we saw a helicopter with the big basket underneath it, dipping water out of a lake, dumping it on wildfire. Also, two huge planes flying over. It's not in this area, but they did close a couple of lake areas to be able to extract water from the lake. Can you imagine being a fish in that lake? You're just swimming along all happy and suddenly you're scooped up and dumped on a fire. I guess that's kind of what happened in my last adventure, isn't it? I caught a fish and cooked it over the fire. So anyway, I never thought about that. The fish being dumped on the wildfire.
I always
Strange thought.
There is a chance that it could very well scoop up a couple fish.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they do. I bet if you're a firefighter working that area, there's probably fish raining down on you. Anyway, God bless those guys who are fighting it. I hate to see this forest burn. I don't know details about the fire right now. I didn't know there was one burning up here. I stay away from the news as much as possible, to be honest, anymore. So I will put up here on the screen which fire it is, and Uintas are my favorite place in the whole world, so it really bothers me that it's burning at the moment. But this trailhead is open, this lake is open, and we're going to put our packs on and get going. So it's only been a couple of weeks or so since I was up here. Everything's pretty much the same. Again, the trailhead's near the highway. As we hike in, that sound of the traffic will disappear. There's a good chance that we're going to hear a lot of helicopter and airplane traffic fighting that fire. So there was a young lady hiking in with this huge backpack on her back, like a boxy, weird backpack. Not this kind of backpack, but more something that she had camp chairs in there, and I think there was a folding table. I guess her family's already at the lake, and she's the pack mule. She had to come back and get the gear for everybody. So what she told me, very, very kind of her, she told me that if you go to the left around the lake, those spots are taken. But if you go to the right, there are 3 really good spots near a meadow that aren't taken, that are beautiful. And I didn't even know they were there. So I appreciate her giving us a heads up, because in my last video I went the wrong way around Shepherd's Lake just to find out all the good campsites were the other direction. So I ended up hiking all the way around the lake just to find the spot I ended up in. You okay? They're kind of lagging behind. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hike to the right at Fehr Lake and try to find one of these awesome campsites she was talking about. So we've only been hiking maybe 15 minutes, and already right down through those trees, can't really see it on here without me zooming in, but there's the lake.
Hey, Jude.
Not a difficult hike, very kid friendly. That's why, one reason I chose this. Okay, so last time I was here, I hiked. This guy's playing with his dog in the lake. There he goes. And he threw that thing way out there. So anyway, we hiked around this way and ended up hiking up through those trees to Shepherd Lake. We're on the opposite side today. Almost there. He got it. That's not easy. I can't imagine swimming with something in my mouth and only being able to doggy paddle.
Good boy.
We are not fishing this time. I do have fishing gear in the car I could have brought. The problem is when we catch a fish, we either have to let him go or cook him, and I don't know, I'm just not up for either one. Catch and release or having to cook a fish over a fire like I did in my last trip. So we're not fishing this time. Look at these cliffs. Beautiful. All right. So we're at the far end of the lake now. Here's the meadow. And somewhere around here should be those camping sites that lady was talking about. So cool. I can't wait for the full moon tonight. I'm really excited. Dylan's taking pictures of everything.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen a cliff like this before.
So we've already found our spot. There's the lake right over there. And I thought this was the trail just continuing on. It's actually just a trail coming up into this little grove of trees. So as you can see, the fire pit is here up against that rock. And this is nice and secluded. It's beautiful. Now for water, we are going to have to hike to the lake and use my Sawyer squeeze. Didn't pack any water in just because it's only a half mile and we didn't really need it, but I've got my bladder, I can fill that up. I've got an extra liter pouch for the Sawyer. We will have plenty of water. There's a whole lake full of it right there. But look at this, it's just pretty freaking amazing right at the foot of the cliffs right here. What do you think, guys?
This is awesome.
Does this have your approval?
Yep. I found a good spot to put our backpacks.
Where's that?
Right over there. Found a good spot.
Against the rock?
Yeah.
By the fire pit? All right, let's take our packs off and get set up. Okay guys, so we are set up. We have our fire pit here. Here's our table. Very similar to a Steve and Joe setup, just crap everywhere. I have my water filtration system. Now dinner tonight is in here. It's Mountain House, but I also did 3 separate bags, one for each of us, of lunch and breakfast and snacks. So, and the bags of course are reusable as trash bags or water carriers or whatever. So that's all our food right there. Here is the tent. We are going to go under the stars, aren't we?
Yep.
We did this a couple trips ago together. We slept under the stars. I didn't make a video of that trip, but we were up here in the Uintas at Butterfly Lake and it was fabulous. Actually, there aren't too many stars that we'll be able to see because these trees are pretty thick, but the good news is the meadow is right there. And it's going to be a full moon, so we just have to literally walk right through there into the meadow and we'll be able to see plenty of stars and moon. And this will keep us from having too much condensation. Now this is a 2-person backpacking tent, but last summer on a trip I used it for the 3 of us and we all fit in it. They were a little smaller back then, but we had the fly on because it was raining and the condensation was awful. It was literally raining on our heads inside the tent. So this is what we're doing this time. They have their own sleeping bags and then I threw my quilt over the top of everything. We have our pillows. In there I have a Bluetooth speaker, thanks Joe, a charger for my camera batteries, and the battery bank that I usually bring. Now inside here is the Black Diamond emoji lantern. I did a video on this a few years ago. I know you can't see it right now, but I don't really want to undo that and take it out. But it's a fantastic lantern. It's 100 lumens. It's just right for the inside of a tent. And if you want to check out the video, I'll put a description down below. It is my highest viewed video to date. It's in the tens of thousands. And if you Google Black Diamond emoji lantern, you will get my video. It will come up. So I happened to jump on that right when it came out, made a video before anyone else did, and so it has a lot of views. It's very popular. So if you're interested in what that lantern looks like and whether it's worth the money, blah, 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 I think it's a great lantern. I've had it for literally years and it takes a beating. Still going strong. Then we just set our packs right here. They look like they're all just taking a siesta together. Dylan and Jude brought their BB guns. And we were just talking about this, right? Right over here, this log is perfect for target practice, shooting into a hill. It's going to be awesome.
The pine cones are what we're going to be shooting.
Pine cones? We can probably find other stuff.
Yeah.
Way more interesting.
I know there's like 5 pine cones in a line right here.
Right now, our priority is to go to the lake and get some water.
And playing it.
Yeah, of course. There we go. So camp is in that little grove of trees. Here's our meadow. And here's the lake.
Is the dog jumping in it? Wow.
Yeah, that dog's still out there playing.
Dude, over there's that deep. He was jumping mostly.
Way across the lake there, there's a couple. And the lady that's over there is the one that told us about this campsite. And she just floated by on the lake on her little paddle board to make sure we found our camp okay, which was really nice. That was cool. So here we are. Here's our water source.
And our play source.
And Dylan wants to play in the water, but not until after I get water, okay? I don't want your... What?
The camera is focusing on your ear, like the little squares up here. That there's a katydid on your waist.
Okay, so we have 3 liters in the platypus, fully filtered, and a liter not filtered, just as a backup. So one thing I forgot yet again is a filter for my microphone. There's a very subtle breeze blowing through here. It's like coming down and blowing all the way through here. So I apologize for the wind noise. I just keep forgetting. It's stupid. It's such an easy fix. Anyway, so we've got our water, and now that we do, I told them they could get in the water. They have a change of clothes.
You sink in the mud.
Do ya? You guys can go out as long as it doesn't get too deep, okay? They can swim. I have my paranoias. You know, my whole last series that I did was in the Kuberant Basin about Garrett Bardsley disappearing. His dad wasn't very far away, you know. Things happen that are uncontrollable. When they're a little older, I'll let them just swim their brains out there, but I'm just not ready for it. It's not them, it's me. Father's paranoia. These are my cabooses. That's all I got left in the world that for now isn't going to grow up and move away. My two oldest boys have their own lives, and although we connect all the time, they're only little once, and I want them to have fun, but I want them to be safe. So I might be overreacting. I probably am, but oh well. At least we'll be going home in one piece or three pieces.
Very muddy. You sink. Yeah, so
You're sinking in the mud?
it's like
How muddy? Like how far do you sink?
about mud stops about here.
Well, that's okay.
Well, I mean, the mud, it just like the mud's basically just water, but it's basically, it acts like water. The mud just acts like water.
The mud acts like water. Okay.
So it's basically like the lake is deeper than it was.
Yeah, there are no, I don't see any rocks down there. It is just soft, muddy goo. You can get in, go ahead. Still play in it. I don't have a problem with that. Who cares if you get muddy? You can wash it off. It's beautiful.
Dude, it's supposed to be stay over here. Dad,
What?
mud actually goes to like right here.
Oh, okay. Well, go play in it then. Sit down in it. Dare you. So I forgot a very important element on this outing. Sort of. I forgot Bob Jr.
What?
I realized when I got all the way up here, oh my gosh, he's sitting at home. But right here on my pants, that is Bob Sr. That is my St. Bernard Bob's hair that is pretty much on all my clothing anymore. So both Bobs are with us in spirit. It really bums me out. This is one trip he hasn't been on, but he was down there at Fehr Lake in the last outing, so kind of is okay. How's the water? You got any leeches on you?
Nope. That's me you're asking.
You've never seen Stand By Me. Leeches. Are you hitting any of them?
I've hit all of them except for one.
I haven't hit it.
I moved it.
Oh, I think I hit it. I was the one who hit it.
And then our babies hit.
Mine hit.
Got it. No more targets.
I put our water up here so it'll gravity feed down. There's not really any branches to hang it from. So this is our kitchen sink right here. And there are some petroglyphs people were nice enough to leave behind.
Makes it look like some kind of ancient carving.
It does, doesn't it?
And my two fingers hurt because I accidentally put my hand on a pokey plant. I was climbing over that
Pokey
log,
plant.
and I put my hand right on it. It hurt.
The Uintas are notorious for the pokey plant. What kind of pokey plant?
I don't know, this plant with a bunch of spikes on it.
Okay.
I just call them pokey
I just found this camouflaged into the floor.
Cool. Beverage base, cranberry grape from an MRE. I'm thirsty. Cheers.
These niggas are strong enough to chip a wall. Somehow they can't break a bar.
Oh,
What you drinking?
this is some kind of grape cranberry drink. I brought you guys a powdered drink too.
Imagine we were shooting up living things with these. They would have to remain still while we just shot their friends and eventually.
You gonna shoot?
Yeah.
They're shooting my hat.
You hit it.
You think it's gonna bounce off or go through it?
Bounce off.
Go ahead and make your Ford jokes here, guys. This is where you can say, oh, it'll go right through it. Now it won't. You can't wear it now. It's all.
Oh, it went right through. Went through, all right.
Did it?
I just saw the layers just suddenly just come open.
Is there a hole?
I just saw the layers open up.
No.
Well, I mean, there's sort of a hole. Oh,
I like that sound. Whap! The bugs aren't too bad up here. I've had a couple mosquitoes buzz around me, but that's it. My last trip wasn't too bad either, down at Shepherd Lake. But Cougar Basin was pretty bad. What?
Want to see what happens if we hit the log?
It ricochets and hits you. I wish I'd got that on camera. It bounced back and hit him in the elbow. He's like, want to see what happens if you shoot the log? Ow!
Here, I bite.
That was funny.
Probably gonna spark.
What happens if you shoot the log, Dylan?
That.
Did it hit you? Maybe you guys should back up a little.
It hit the cliff.
I thought you were going to say cloud. I was going to call BS. It's kind of steep, but it's not very far. It's just right up that little scramble.
We gotta reset the target. No.
It's more of an alcove than a cave, but looks really cool. It looks like it'd be fun to explore up there. That's what they want to do. They want to explore. So we'll probably make dinner now, and then we'll explore after dinner. Okay, so I think we have the makings to start the fire and to keep it going. Might baton some of this, I don't know, but we're not going to have an all-night big huge fire. Just enough to warm us up before bed kind of thing. I think this will be enough. So I'm going to go a little bit old school for this outing. I'm using old school for me because I haven't used a gas stove maybe all summer. I can't even remember. So here's what we got. And this is especially why it's old school. I always carry some paracord. I've got lots of paracord with me. Some tin foil. Some more paracord. But what I brought that's kind of old school for me is this. This is one of the first backpacking stoves I ever bought. A lot of you have probably seen these. They're kind of a Chinese knockoff you can get for maybe $6. And they do a great job. So that's what we're going to use to heat up our mountain house water. Still works. Haven't used this in years. Yeah, buddy.
Okay, if I actually have ramen and spam. This is practically a cliff.
We have a boil. Okay, where's your mountain house, bud? Jude and Dylan are having the rice and chicken. That's what it looks like. Get your spork, bud, so we can stir this. Here, let me start real quick. This thing's super hot. Hot, hot. It's hard to hold this.
That smells delicious.
It is. It's one of my favorite ones. Okay, 10 minutes, bud.
Alright.
Ow, hot. 10 minutes, that will be
Nice and
delicious. No, it'll still be hot.
still be a little bit hot, but it will be ready to eat.
So Dylan and Jude's dinner, Jude's is done and Dylan's is almost done, and I just wanted to show you what the beef stew looks like before it's cooked. Looks pretty tasty, actually. Really a lot of stuff in there. I'm surprised. Speaking of that, great. I'm just digging around in my food. Don't mind me. I don't see the silica pouch. There doesn't appear to be one in there at all. But the nice thing about Mountain House, these are good until March of 2050. I won't tell you how old I'll be then, but I may or may not be alive. Anyway, that's my dinner. Hearty gravy with beef, potatoes, carrots, and peas. The chicken and rice is the first one I ever had. The first Mountain House I ever tried, and I still think it's really good. I love it. These came from a bucket that I bought on Amazon for $100. And I don't know if it was worth the money or not, but it's convenient to have them. What do you think of it?
It's good.
Let's see it. Show it to the camera. Here's Jude's all cooked up. Tasty?
Yep.
Yeah. We're still waiting on Dylan's. It's almost done.
I'm just up here shooting my BB gun.
Don't shoot rocks. Bad idea.
I'm not. I'm shooting a hat.
Still? There's not going to be anything left in my hat.
Then you, then you shouldn't have left.
Oh, I know I shouldn't have let you, but I don't really care about it. You don't have any targets but pine cones. It's getting close, almost a boil. We have a boil.
You want some? And the only reason why I did that is because you're eating your own.
So I ran into a problem. Ow. You'll notice I'm not stirring mine. That's because I forgot my stupid spork. It's at home in the dishwasher. And my knife is filthy. So, this sucks. I'm gonna clean my knife off and stir with that. Okay, the knife is clean as it's gonna get. I'll stir with it.
But not eat with it.
I'll stir with it, but I'm not gonna eat with this knife. It's incredibly sharp. I gotta be careful not to puncture the bag. And then when the boys are done eating, I'll borrow one of their spoons, wash it off, and use that. Here's what it looks like. It looks kind of like pea soup, actually.
Speaking of finishing, I'm done.
You're done? You ate the whole thing? Holy cow, Jude. I did not think you would be able to finish it. That's awesome.
Well, there's not really that much.
5 minutes. All right, dude, what do you think of the chicken and rice?
It's delicious, but a little hot.
A little hot? You gonna be able to eat it all?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's delicious.
There's shirts, by the way, made by a friend of mine. They're not available in any kind of merch store or something, but the boys had shirts on that were kind of too small for them, so I threw these on them. And it's perfect for the video, right? Yeah. You're not embarrassed to wear a shirt that has your dad on it? No. Give you a couple of years when you're 13, you'll think differently. Okay, guys, it is beef stew time. So let me tip this, hopefully not dump it out. There it is. Here, I'll just do this. There you go. Not my face, not my face, not my face. Bon appetit. Want some?
That's just mean.
It's okay. I can really taste the carrots. Really taste them. And the beef stock isn't as flavorful as I thought it would be. It's a little more bland than I thought. So, but it's good, it's alright. I wouldn't mind dipping some bread in it or something. I have some MRE bread with me, but I don't want to use it for that.
Dad, I have an itch on my back that I can't reach.
We have a visitor, a couple of them, checking out our camp. I don't know what kind of birds those are. If somebody knows, put it in the comments below. I've filmed them before, and they are very willing to come right up to you in camp. They're not afraid to get near people at all. And every time I come up here, they eventually find us. Well, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
He's a pretty little bird.
It's getting rather close to you.
They're probably fed often enough that they almost expect it, kind of like ducks. So we've discovered a rock with a unique feature.
It's like a chair.
It has a little enclave, perfect for somebody's rear end. Who was it?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Look at that. It looks like it was made for you, buddy. Perfect view from right there on his throne of our camp. These guys are in long pants and hoodies now, and socks. The whole thing. Let's see, what time is it now? It is 8:18. Over there, the sun is still hitting Hayden Peak, but not so much in here. So the bugs have come out. We've had to put on bug repellent. You just saw that one on my lens. I discovered something interesting. You know, I forgot my spork. Okay, guys, I should backtrack a little. I worked a 12-hour shift last night at the hospital. I came home from work. I didn't have the boys right away. My battery's dying. I gotta change it. Okay, battery's changed. Anyway, 12 hours at the hospital. I didn't have these guys. This is not my usual weekend with them, but again, their mom has some deadline she's working on at work and asked if I would take them on her Sundays. Whatever. I'm always happy to have them. I've said that before. I'll say it a million times. But my end of the bargain was, okay, but I have to go home and sleep for a few hours before I come pick them up. Now, we planned this backpacking trip a week ago, didn't we, guys?
2 weeks ago.
No, it was last weekend. You were at my house sleeping over.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had everything packed and ready to go, and Jude over there woke up at 7 a.m. the morning we were going to leave, throwing up, like just puking. We'd had Mexican food, takeout, the night before, and boy, didn't sit well. And his stomach hurt all day, and he didn't feel good, so we just bagged the trip, but we kept our stuff packed. Well, in the process, I ran out of forks. This is a long, rambling story. I ran out of forks to eat with in my kitchen, and then I remembered my spork is in my backpack in my bedroom, ready to go up here. So I went and got it, and I ate with it at home. And I washed it, but I did not get it back into my pack, so I don't have a spork. The other thing I did was I did not pack my puffer coat. While you're in there, Dylan, grab my black long sleeve shirt. You can get your stuff first. Anyway, so I had it hanging up so it'd be poofy and wasn't just packed in my backpack the whole week. And I thought, well, I'll just pop it back in my pack when I'm ready to go. Nope, it's at home right now, hanging by my front door. I do not have a jacket with me. Not a hoodie. These guys have hoodies and long pants and thermals. They got the whole thing. We packed their backpacks good and we were prepared. And I thought I had everything I needed, but I forgot about those couple of items that I left out, and that includes Bob Jr. So this is Camp Forgetful. That's what this is. I am not doing so well with, see, that's backwards. I'm not doing so well with remembering to bring stuff. Anyway, my point about the hospital was I went home this morning and I thought, okay, it's 8 a.m. I'll sleep till noon. I'll go get my boys and we'll go straight up here. I lost my thing. And we'll have a great time. That was my master plan. And what happened was I got home and I got distracted by my laptop editing part 3 of my Cougarant Basin video, which by now you've already seen. But I was just finishing it up and I thought, well, I'll just finish it up real quick. Well, I stayed awake till 10 a.m. Fell asleep until like 1:30 p.m. And then I finally went and got the boys, and when I got them back to my house, we had to kind of rush around. Okay, get your backpacks in the car. It takes 2 hours to get up here, so I wanted to be up here for dinner time at least, which we did. But in the process, I forgot Bob Jr. I forgot to grab my puffer coat, and I forgot my spork. So this is my jacket. I do have a long sleeve shirt on now that is not thermal. It's moisture wicking type shirt. It's not going to be incredibly warm, but I have my 30-degree down quilt, so I can wrap up in that if I get too cold. Plus we're going to have a fire. Jude already has his beanie on. Is your head cold? Mine isn't.
Mine's a little bit cold.
Yeah.
I got my beanie for later.
Yeah, I think once I get the fire going, you might not want it like that. The plan now, I think, is maybe we'll just walk down to the water and just look out over it, just quietly take it in, and then we'll come back to camp and make a fire. We were going to explore up in here, but we're going to save that for morning after breakfast because 3.5 hours sleep is not enough, and I'm really feeling it, and we want to see the full moon tonight, so we'll have to stay up a little later too, and I'm feeling pretty tired right now, so we're going to try to relax and just enjoy this evening, and then tomorrow morning I want to go up and see that little alcove that's up there.
There's also another little cave thing. I don't know what to call it. But
There's another one? Yeah, he's talking about there's another campsite just over here, and just at the base of it are these two huge rocks. I almost ate a bug. And in between them is a little crevice. All right, let's go check out the lake. It's very peaceful and quiet right now, except I can hear people's voices. The sound up here travels incredibly well. You got to really be careful what you say, especially if you drop F-bombs like I occasionally do. I'm working on that. I am trying so hard not to swear anymore, aren't I, guys?
Yep.
So let's go watch the fish jump.
Take some pictures.
Everybody's warmer now, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty warm. I'm not cold yet, but I'm gonna feel this later. Let's clean up the food and then let's hike down. Let's do the bear bag thing first. We need to do the bear bag thing while there's still light. I'm all over the place. I haven't slept enough.